The news, good evening. The National Council for Children, the NCC, says it condemns the behavior of some young children dancing indecently and engaging in inappropriate behavior shown in a video, and strongly urges parents, guardians and adults in general not to tolerate such behavior. In a statement, the NCC says it condemns the filming and photographic recording of indecent scenes for circulation and dissemination via social media platforms. NCC's Chief Executive Officer, Yasmin Umarji, says that they are very disturbed and disappointed by this video. She has said that they are very concerned that family members or friends have allowed such an act to be filmed and widely circulated. This demonstrates their irresponsibility and lack of understanding of the need to safeguard and protect the children of Seychelles. They are to be reprimanded, she said, and shamed to prevent this from happening again. STC is closing down its retail outlets on Mahé, Pralin and La Digue as part of its new strategic plans to review its overall costs. The Victoria supermarket will close for business as of the 30th of this month, but the STC will continue to operate its hypermarket. STC officials announced in a press conference that it will become a wholesale distributor whilst at the same time working with the Retailers Association and the distributors to support its national efforts to help alleviate the overall cost of living in the country. The STC board's chairman, Imtaz Umarji, made the announcements in the presence of members of the Retailers Association.
We're closing down the 4 retail outlets that we have, and we've been working closely with the retailers throughout the country for them to come together to partner with STC to lower the cost of living. And STC will be a wholesale distributor operating only the hyper market at what it was as the retail outlet. Otherwise, the retailers throughout the country will buy wholesale from STC and distribute the product in the various districts, in all the 27 districts. The 4 outlets we're closing has been costing us a lot of money to run. It's running at a net loss, an average net loss of circa 400,000 rupees a month. And by cutting out all these unnecessary losses and with the strengthening of the Seychelles rupee against the foreign exchange, we're hoping that our losses on at least the Category 1 product will become less and less and probably eliminate. And we've got the full support of the retailers for them to maintain the prices on these products.
Soon it will be more affordable to purchase special equipment or items designed to alleviate the disability of someone with special needs. The Department of Trade has recently received approval from the Cabinet of Ministers to remove tax on such special equipment. It can either be as small as a pair of special purpose eyeglasses or as big as a modified motorized vehicle. However, should the owner decide to sell the vehicle to an able person, the SRC will reclaim the tax.
First of all, the person will have to obtain a letter from the ministry responsible for health that they are indeed a person with disability, and also to confirm that the product being purchased is one that will help in the disability, to help in the impairment that they have. Once same is received, they will have to submit that and the invoice and the description of the product to the Department of Trade for approval. And once the approval is received, then they can proceed to import, because we do not want situations whereby the product is already imported and then the person coming to request approval, which is not necessarily automatic. Once approval has been given, like I said, they can proceed to import, and when clearing the product, they will have to submit their bill of entry to the Department of Trade for endorsement, upon which customs can then clear the product at on exemption basis.
The U.S. Embassy has awarded a grant of $83,203, an equivalent of 1.5 million rupees, to the Public Enterprise Monitoring Commission, the PEMC. The aim is to enhance transparency and accountability of state-owned enterprises in Seychelles. Political and Economic Officer at the U.S. Embassy, Chelsea Bergeson, says it is the second time that Seychelles benefits from the U.S. Department of State's Fiscal Transparency Innovation Fund.
In 2019, Seychelles benefited from an FTIF grant for the first time, amounting to $24,000. Entitled Building Capacity in the Office of the Auditor General, this project created a forensic auditing manual which helped pave the path to a Seychelles which leads Africa in accountability, transparency, and good governance. Today, we're pleased to be tripling this grant amount to award to Seychelles. This is a good place to note that Seychelles ranked third in Africa in the 2020 Mo Ibrahim Index of African Governance. To those who have worked hard for transparency, accountability, and good governance, good job, and thank you for the work that you do. Our relationship with Seychelles is particularly strong and began the day that Seychelles gained independence in 1976. We enjoy a history of partnership and cooperation based on shared priorities. And as democracies, our ties run deep. The United States' unwavering commitment to democracies like Seychelles is what makes it possible to do programs like this one today, digging deeply into technical aspects of government like monitoring SOEs that make democracy function and develop a path forward, ensuring that accountability and good governance will flourish. It is a special honor to partner with a country that clearly values democracy in a part of the world where democracy has seen its share of struggles.
The Maritime Safety Authority, SMSA, is calling upon all commercial boat owners and operators to come forward and register for the applicable licenses and certificates. The calling comes after ad hoc inspections were conducted 2 weeks ago by the authority, where several boats and operators were found to be operating with expired licenses and certificates. The SMSA's CEO, Joachim Valmont, has urged boat owners and operators to update their respective licenses and to keep an updated file regarding the legal documents. He said that failure to have the necessary licenses and certificates will result in sanctions.
Recently, we have observed that there are certain boat operators that are using the boat with certificate that has expired. And SMSA is calling now that the situation is getting much better and our borders are open, tourists are coming in, and those activities are picking up. SMSA is requesting boat owners and operators to please come to us to renew their certificate.
Since the last update of the 18th of April, the Ministry of Health has detected 54 new COVID-19 cases. 51 patients were meanwhile today discharged and have been released from isolation. And with this, we come to the end of this news summary. Have a pleasant evening.